here, but Reggie had to do something today, so I'm filling in for him for today with Tea with Reggie. And on your left-hand side of the screen is our guest today, Bill Gardner, BDM of Downtown Travel. Good morning or good afternoon, Bill. How you doing today?
Doing pretty well, Jose. Doing well.
All right, great. That's great to hear. Hey, is it raining in New York? Is it raining today?
It was all morning, and then when hit Long Island, where I'm at, it stopped. So we're
Okay.
getting a little sunshine today, thank
All
God.
right. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right, everybody. So we're going to get started here with Tea with Reggie, and this is an opportunity for you to get to know Bill a little bit better. As you know, Bill has been several times to our conventions, and he will be at the convention this year in the travel trade. So you want to make sure that you stop by his table and say it. So let's get started. Tell us, Bill. Tell us how you started with your brand.
Well, I started about 6 or 7 years ago. I think it's just 7 years right now. It was this past month. I had been introduced to our owners, and they had always run a B2B because we're not a B2C product in any way, but they wanted to expand out into a wider spread of agents than just the ethnic agents and the agents in certain markets they were in. So they brought me in and turned me loose. And as of now, I cover Mexico, the U.S., and Canada. Just a wee bit of territory.
Yeah, that's pretty big. That is really, really big. Have you? Let me just ask you this: how many years have you been in the travel industry?
On way longer than I'd like. The answer is I started in 1974.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. And what was your first travel? Were you a travel advisor? Were you travel? What was your first job in
Well,
travel?
my first job, my parents and I had started a company which was called National Trade Shows, which was a travel trade show uh, series for the travel agents all over the country. And it was a family business, and I was 18. I could lift boxes well, and and 48 years later, I've still doing the same thing.
Well,
Uh,
good. Well, good for you. Okay, let's go to the next question, Amanda. Oh, good
sure.
morning, Amanda. How are you today?
Wonderful. Thanks, Jose. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I know. I know. Reggie was supposed to be here. All right. Personally, here's your next question, Bill. Personally, where's your favorite place to travel?
I'm going to disappoint a lot of folks with this one. Uh, Unless you're back in the New Jersey and I say I want to go down the shore, you're going to look at me like I've grown horns or something. But having spent my whole life going down there, it's still one of the places that I enjoy the most because I can go down with the kids and we're doing things that they did with me that when I was a kid. So now I've got kids, grandkids, and associated grandkids, that type of thing. So it's just a nice, relaxing place for me because I do travel usually 3 to 4 days a week
Hmm.
for so getting on a plane or something is a lot of fun if you're not doing it 3 days a week.
Right. So the Jersey Shore. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you've been in the business since 19 mid 70s. Now, have you ever bumped into Bruce Springsteen at the Jersey Shores? Have you seen him live?
Actually, no, actually, when I was going to school at Villanova, he used to play in a couple little bars over by us in Pennsylvania. So we got to see him all the time back then.
Good. Cool. That's really cool. That was cool. And I like those days back in those days. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. For those of you who do not know, okay, Amanda wouldn't know about the early Bruce, but
No.
early Bruce was really rocking. By the way, he was. Boy, okay, I'll keep my mouth shut now, Amanda. All right, let's go to this. Tell us about your brand. What top three things do Archer Evolution agents need to know about it?
Well, there's numerous things. When we introduced it and started working with you about 4 years ago, basically we just had the air consolidation and a few other things. What we've actually done in the last, the objective for us over the last 5 years has been to create more of a one-stop shop for your people. So now you can go in and we have 8 different revenue sources. So you can make money on a pile of different things, a lot of which we found specifically because agents, in fact, some of your agents came to us and said, we need this or we need that. Right during the pandemic, one of the things that came out was a lot of your agents were looking for pre and post cruises because a lot of the big lines hadn't they were too busy getting the boats in. So what we did was we added, it's called Cruise X. It's a questionnaire, and with it, you can basically build a pre or post anywhere in the world. And in 72 hours, you have it in front of you.
Well, there
And
you
it
go.
could be as,
And you know,
Yeah.
you guys, I'm not a big proponent of air consolidation, and I would prefer that you guys don't use these other ones outside of our preferreds, but definitely work with Bill, because I tell you, he's one of our preferreds, and one of the things about his company, again, when anything happens, Bill's right on top of it for us. And I really salute you, sir, for the great, wonderful, service that you give us and help our agents out. So, again, if you need to get registered with Downtown Travel, just go to the Travel Cafe. U.S. agents, go in there and make sure that you get registered with that. All right. Let's go to the next question.
New thing on that 1 second too,
Sure.
Jose, is I just had marketing create a new piece just for you guys, step by step, so that there's none of the confusion of the registration. It's made out just for you, and it walks them from step to step, registering as an independent contractor, and I'm sending it over to Amanda so she can load it into
Travel Cafe. Yeah.
Travel Cafe.
Yeah, in the agents. Great. Maybe you want to touch on that tomorrow. When you
Sure.
do your webinar training. What's your best advice for a new travel advisor in the industry? I mean, you've been in the business for so long. What would be the best advice you could give a new agent?
The best advice I can think of for any advisor coming in is to get to know not only the agents in your organization, but the agents who are in the area where they live, because they get to know some of the BDMs who are there. They may not be all your preferred, but they get better known. They also get a better reputation with the other clients in the cities and with the clients. Secondly, reach out to your BDMs. I've enjoyed immensely being at the conference each year. I know a lot of the people who are there, but any of us will help reach out. I don't know anyone who wouldn't reach out to help any TA if they have a question. It doesn't have to be with what we're selling. I know I get calls almost every day from someone totally outside of what, downtown does. But I can usually make a call if I don't know the answer myself. In a couple of minutes, I could get an answer. And that's really take advantage of the connections that you have and the networking opportunities that are there.
Cool. All right, a sneak peek of any deals or any highlights you want to share about your presentation for tomorrow?
Well, I'll make an early announcement. As of last Wednesday, Holidays with Downtown, which is our tour division, is now part of the United States Tour Operators Association, which is a major effect. We are now one of the 49 top tour operators in the country, basically. And with that, we've hired we're bringing in new staff. Hopefully at the conference coming up in Vegas, I'm going to have the general manager of the tour division, who he and I are working very closely on together. But we've now brought in preferred tours, and within the tour division, we have 130 countries now with 550 pre-made packages that can all be modified either into groups or FITs. We have a new division within the tour group that will do FITs for you. When you get that client you don't want to deal with for 3 weeks because they're just going to run you around in circles.
Right.
Send them to us. A, we can hide quicker than you can. B, we've got something pretty much made for almost anywhere.
Great. That's great to know. So again, for you agents that are out there, you're not going to want to miss this tomorrow. It's at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Again, William will be doing a supplier webinar training for Downtown Travel, and there's going to be a lot of new information there. And so you want to make sure you're there for that one. All right. So now let's go to the next slide. I think these are now the rapid fire questions. So here we go. Mr. New Yorker. Okay. And you have to pick. This is like pick or choose. Okay. Mets, Yankees.
It's Yankees.
Oh,
I'm afraid.
man. How can you say that? You're from Long Island. You're from Long Island.
No, I'm from Jersey, man.
All right. I'm from Brooklyn, so the Mets were my team. The Mets.
Yeah, well, it had to be, but
Yeah, the Yankees. Okay. Window or aisle?
Aisle. in the, if it's during normal times, which I never fly because I'm always flying on first in and first out. So it's usually window,
Okay. Apples or oranges?
oranges.
Okay. Favorite sandwich?
Beef on a wick from up in Buffalo. Roast
What?
beef sandwich. It's called beef on a weck. It's a Kimblebeck roll, which is with salt and poppy seeds on a like Kaiser roll with sliced roast beef and horseradish and an orgeat on the side.
Whoa, that sounds good.
And it's about yay big.
All right, so well, now, okay, like you work in Midtown. Is that the offices for downtown travel? They're in Midtown, right?
Yeah,
Okay, Carnegie Deli. Do they still have those stack sandwiches?
yeah,
Okay.
yep. They've got like 3 or 4 of them now in the city.
Oh,
And
really?
they've got, okay, yeah, they've expanded. They've got 1 or 2, they've got a Carnegie out of New Jersey now. There's actually one of the best delis that I know is actually up in Hartford, Connecticut.
Wow.
And when I drive back and forth to New England, that's the one stop that's going to be made no matter what.
So if anybody's going to New York and you're in Midtown Manhattan, you got to go to Carnegie Deli. You just got it. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
they got these.
You
incredible
guys made me
sandwiches.
officially hungry.
Yeah.
Like now I'm ready for lunch.
I know, me too. You do.
If you come back, I'll take you to one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Right. All right. Dog or cats? Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
There you go. Dogs.
Actually,
Okay.
dogs. And then the other pet right now from one of the grandkids is I have a miniature pot-bellied pig.
Wait. What did you say?
I have that lives with us a miniature pot-bellied pig that is 18 inches tall, 24 inches long, and weighs about way more than it should. And that's one of our pets.
And where does this pig live? What part of the?
Well, he has his house outside for the season. And during the winter, if it gets cold, he comes in, stands at the door, oinks, and then comes into my home office. And yeah, and they're the funniest damn thing because they're very bright, but they don't have a lot of. They don't handle frustration well. So if you don't do something they want, I'll be sitting in my office chair, and suddenly I'll be spinning in a circle.
Oh wow!
Because he's about 125 pounds. So
But he's going to get bigger, Bill. You know.
no,
that.
he's as big as they get. He's as big as he
Okay.
gets now.
All right.
Thank
All
God.
That's wild. So what are the vet visits like? You know, you got to take him to the vet, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
It's,
right before his shots.
Try lifting a 125-pound creature into the car when he doesn't want to go.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Dogs or cats. Okay. Baseball or NFL?
NFL.
NFL. Yeah. Okay.
NFL.
Diehard Giants fan? Are you
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. Born and bred with the Giants. I love them.
Yeah.
And hopefully next year they'll be even better. I hope. So let's just go with that. All right. Let's go to the next question. So do you have any questions from?
Okay, so questions from the agents. What are the main things, like by bullet point, that downtown travel does?
We provide air where you can make money on it. We have 100 and I think it's 31 airlines right now. And the only way for you to make money is either to get one of our contracts on a published air, which has a commission built in, or a net fare where you're able to mark it up. And I'll be showing that tomorrow in a lot of detail so you can see what the story is. And as of the newest app that has been put on, we have it's not the most creative name for it, but it's called Package. And with it, you can build hotel and air packages and take advantage of the special airfares and the hotels and their net pricing.
I want to add something there to this, okay, Bill? And you new agents that are out there, okay, that don't know about downtown travel, if you're going to be going there and registering and you're starting to book there, call Bill or his office to make sure that the booking is correct, especially if
Please.
you're a new agent just booking it. Find out exactly what the terms and conditions are on the air. If it's published, is it refundable? Is it exchangeable? You know, find that information. Don't just go ahead and book it and then, forget about it. All right. you should be checking out on all your new bookings. If you're a new agent, I don't care if you're booking a cruise or all inclusive, or if you're booking with Bill, a package that's to San Francisco with a hotel and activities. Make sure that you check your booking. Right? Would you agree with me on that, Bill?
Oh, yeah. In fact, one of the ones I usually get in trouble for is I'll say to someone, if I'm booking something, I check my air or who's ever I'm doing the air, usually about 4 days before. I'll go in, I have the PNR, as everyone does, and I'll look it up just to say, has it changed?
Right.
Now, we do about 10,000 tickets a day, and it's remarkably, with that number, it's remarkably few that don't get, if there's a change or something, because we have it set that the agent finds out, the client finds out, and we find out. But check. And if you have something, it's much better to find out 3 or 4 days before. We also have a new help desk that I will go into detail tomorrow on.
Great.
That if you send an email to this help desk, generally we open at 10 a.m. on the East Coast. Generally by noontime, they're rolling into everything that's come in overnight.
Okay, great. So there you go, guys. You have that now, and that's great. You have some great tools to work with when you're booking with Downtown Travel. All right, any other questions, Amanda?
What's your pig's name?
Dinah.
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 Can you customize tour packages?
Yes, any package we have can be customized. And actually, right now, coming out of the pandemic, almost every package that we see being sold is either customized, and there's some people calling it revenge travel. They got to go now to travel. They're going to travel no matter what. But I find it more being a little bit of being able to a snob appeal, if you will, saying, okay, I've got a custom-made package. I've got it's not right off the shelf. And I think that's helping a lot of people with what we have, because you can basically take, with 130 countries and 500 packages, you can go almost anywhere. And if you can't go there, we can still do it for you. We just have to do a little more research.
Well, there you go. All right.
So someone says, I just want to clarify, you offer air and hotel only?
No, we actually offer air, hotel, car rental, transfers. We do offer insurance, but to be honest with you, you're most likely to use for a revenue source. You're most likely to use the insurance company that Archer has for you. You'll most likely make more. If not, we'll help you with that. We have some specialized cruises that we'll show tomorrow, and we have one of my favorite projects that I've played with for years, which is some of the exotic trains around the world. Not just the ones like the Trans-Siberian, but
Right.
what I've found in the last 5 years or so, I've got exotic trains that can build the most amazing packages, and they're in South America, and they're in Japan, and they're in central on the Silk Route, coming through above the Middle East, below Asia.
Oh, cool.
That's
And-
pretty
and just-
cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, and
I'm a big train person. I really am. You
You're
know
a
which one I
train
really
person,
like,
and-
Bill? Are you familiar with
Yeah.
the Train Hotel? That line
Yeah.
based out of Spain. Those look
Yep.
really good. Those look really,
Yeah.
really cool.
The other one the Rovers Rail in South Africa, for example, many moons ago, I was invited down on a trip, and we spent 3 days on Rovers.
Wow.
And that was most likely the most amazing. I still have a picture sitting at breakfast, and the couple I was sitting with got this wild-eyed look on their face. Looking in the window at us was a giraffe
Oh.
as we were eating breakfast, and he was walking along the railroad next to us.
Wow.
So
that's
it
pretty
was
wild.
like, yeah. And they've got stuff down in, now you can do one in Peru, for example, where it actually goes up as high as Machu Picchu
Wow.
by train.
Wow.
So it's that. And we've also got and we're adding a lot of the specialized river cruises. We're not doing the big river cruises, guys. That's different mix. But things like the Amazon River or the Galapagos, if you go and do the Galapagos, I mean, they've got some nice boats, but the one that I like is, it's a 3-masted barkentine, and you're actually sailing
Wow.
between the islands. So there's a lot of stuff that we're adding.
I'm going to
Cool.
ask this question out of order. Just because you're talking about trains, 2 questions popped up about it. Do you offer trains in the U.S. and Rome?
No, in the U.S. right now, but if you're doing the U.S. right now, if you're looking for trains in the U.S., you may want to look up at Rocky Mountaineer, which has added a U.S. train last year, and that's
And that's-
nothing to do
that's
with
out of
us, but it's
Utah,
an
right?
FYI.
It's in
Yeah,
Utah,
it's
right?
that stretch in Utah, and I've actually been following it, and it looks pretty cool. Like, it really is. And what was the other one? Amanda?
Rome.
We don't do the ticketing in Rome, but we can tell you exactly how to do it. We'll build your package around it. Most of there's been some confusion. No, I don't want to say confusion, but let's say there's been some reorganization among the train systems in Europe, and they're not playing quite the same as they did before. But we will be able to tell you how to get the tickets and where to go for them. Okay?
Perfect. And then, do you have TA rates, and do you have trainings on your TA portal?
I will do, Ed, this is actually, I'll be giving out tomorrow, but I'll give you for anyone who wants it right now. My direct phone number is 201-747-6438. And anytime you want training, pick up the phone and call me, or send me an email at william@downtowntravel.com, and I'll do it one-on-one with you, 1-on-10 with you, whatever you want. And I have no problem wherever you are in the country, because again, covering the whole country, I get calls all the time, all later than I'd like. So you can always do it, and I'll be happy to do it. I did one last night for the West Coast we started at 8:30 Eastern time.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Wow. That's awesome. And I think that was the last question,
Okay.
actually.
Well, William, thank you so much for spending time with us today. And again, you guys, listen, okay? It's really important that you come tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Now, again, I'm reaching out to the senior leaders, the sponsors, the recruiters that are bringing in new agents. This is important information we want to give you. Now, if you can't make it to the live, and the reason why we ask you to go to the live is this: you can ask this gentleman questions in real time, and he will answer them for you. And that's one of the reasons why we have the lives. Now, if you can't make it to the live, you can always come back and watch it in the Facebook page or on the YouTube page that you have access to, and that way you keep up with it, okay? And like I said, Bill will be here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and then he's also going to be at the convention, so you want to make sure you touch base with him there at that. Bill, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us today for Tea with Jose rather than Reggie. But again, I want to thank you, and I want to thank all the agents out there that participated today in the program. Do you have you want to say any lasting words before we go?
Guys, thanks. Thanks for all the business you're giving us. If there's anything we can do to help, don't be shy. Reach out, let me know what you need. We're adding staff as soon as we can find them, which is one of the big challenges in the industry today. But reach out, let us know. I'll be at the conference. I'll be at the tomorrow, and I'm always available. If a group of you, for some reason, I've done this in the past, a group of you just have a question on something, let me know, set up a meeting yourselves, and I'll be glad to do it with you.
All right. Well, great. Well, thank you, Bill. All right. Amanda,
Jose,
do you have
thank
anything
you.
else?
No, that's it. So thank you so much for joining us, Bill. Thank you, Jose, for stepping up and hosting today. And thank you, all the agents, for joining us. And don't miss out on Bill's training tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Mountain time, 3 p.m. Central time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. See y'all later. Have a great day.
Bye.
Take care, Amanda. Thank you. Bye now.